Hello. I hope you all don't mind, but I obviously have just come from filming another video that you will have seen last week. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it. But I couldn't be bothered to change. I quite liked my hair and outfit. So yeah, that is what you're getting today for today's October favourites. Apologies if there's a lot of noise today or jingling. We have building works, we have dogs. It's total chaos. There is a lot going on this morning, but today, oh, can you just sit still? Can you just look cute and sit still for like 2 seconds? Oh, so yeah, there's a lot going on this morning, but it's fine. We're just gonna be zen and we're gonna talk about my October favourites. So I feel like there's so much that I've been loving this month that it's actually quite hard to narrow it down to just a few things, because there's been a lot of style things that I have loved. I've done quite a few kind of what I wore in styling videos, so if you want to kind of know about all of the kind of fashion items I've been wearing recently, I'll do a full Vlogtober playlist in the info box below, but I'll kind of break it up into categories as well. So if you just want to watch style vids, you can go and just watch Vlogtober style vids, and if you want to watch like beauty things or anything like that, or just vlogs, then I'll kind of like chop them up for you. But yeah, in terms of makeup, I feel like everyone will have seen at the beginning of the month I was creating a video for Rimmel. I've got hair attached to my lip. Oh god, that's the worst feeling. Doom. But yeah, at the beginning of this month I was filming a video for Rimmel, which is on my Instagram now, and I'm so proud of it. So if you want to go over and have a look and give it a like, I would be very, very happy with that. But whilst I was doing that, I discovered an old Rimmel favourite and a new Rimmel favourite. So I used to use this all the time. It's the Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick. It has the best contour colour and I think the best drugstore formula, or my favourite, my preferred drugstore formula for contour. Absolutely love it. I don't use the highlighter so much, even though it's a really good highlighter. I'm just not that into highlight anymore, but I've just been using this every single day. You can just tell by so loved. But yeah, I've been absolutely loving using that. And then I also used the Rimmel Magnify Spice palette, which I had not seen before, and I absolutely love it. I tend to just use the more neutral shades for an everyday basis, but when I go out in the evenings, like these darker colours are just beautiful and the most perfect autumnal colours. They're just brilliant for this time of year. It's actually a really good dupe, I would say, for the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So if you were looking for something that is a little bit more friendly on your bank balance, this would be it. I really like it. The formulas of the eyeshadows are really good. They don't come out chalky, they're not patchy, they last really well. I don't get creasing. Love, 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 love. And then I've got a brow favourite. This is the Benefit Brow Contour Pro. It's all shiny, but I really enjoy using this. I tend to do my brows normally with my Benefit Brow Gel, but there are some days when I just feel like I can't get the colour dark enough for what I want, or I'm just kind of struggling a little bit to kind of shape my brows. Like, it depends on kind of how my hand coordination is that day, but I just find this is really good for adding a lot of depth really quickly and adding a more smooth shape to certain areas. I always find my arch sometimes can be a bit temperamental, especially if my brows need some TLC. So I've been really enjoying using that, and it comes in quite a few shades as well. I've got medium brown. This isn't even the darkest pen, and I'm normally like always ending up using the darkest shade in a brow set. So yeah, I've been really happy with that. It lasts forever. Like, once it's kind of set onto your face, it really doesn't move, and I have been really enjoying using that. And then I have a mascara favourite, which is new to me. I always love my YSL mascara, you guys will know this, but this one from NARS, this is the Climax mascara. It's really good. There was a lot of hype around this, and there were a lot of advertorials around it and things like that. It was everywhere when it launched, and I was kind of a bit skeptical. I kind of like to wait for the hype to die down before I purchase something. I don't know why. I don't know. So it did take me a couple of months to actually purchase this, but I really like it. If you want to see it in action, then I've used it in a few videos, I think, over the course of this month. You can kind of see how much it changes my lashes from just using my YSL mascara to kind of like adding this on, how much it changes my lashes in my recent autumnal makeup video. So I will link that below for you to go and watch if you want to know what is on my face right now, like all of these exact products. It's that video. I look exactly the same. It's the same day. Spoilers. And then in terms of actually I'm gonna do fragrance. I have a new fragrance favourite, and I've had so many fragrance loves this month. It's that time of year where there's a lot of fragrances coming out in the run up to Christmas, and it's a great time of year for me as someone who absolutely adores fragrances. I got sent this to my PO box It's the Armani Privé. I don't know how to say this. Pivot Suzie? I don't know. I'll write it on the screen. But it is absolutely stunning. It's one of those fragrances that has a slight shimmer to it, so when you shake it, it just looks amazing. Let me give it a good little wee shake. I've had it in my suitcase, so it's kind of like all at the back. But it just looks like silk. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like all of the liquid flowing around in the bottle just looks so silky, and it works perfectly with the kind of like pearl lid that it has. It's so stunning, and the smell of it is just beautiful. It's like floral mixed with vanilla. It's very fresh and clean. Like it makes me think of snow. Like I smell it and I think of snow. It's absolutely stunning. I will pop the notes for it in the info box, or I'll just link to it, and the notes will be on the website. I'll make sure that I link to one where the notes are kind of really clear. But it's just really beautifully like a musky floral kind of scent. I just absolutely love it. It's a very soft floral, and it's just absolutely stunning. There is something that it kind of sparks off a slight memory, but I can't. It's a really old memory, so it's not fresh enough for me to kind of like actually visualize it, but it gives me some real nostalgia, which is so lovely. There is someone in my childhood who has worn something that smells like this, so it really kind of like sets off something familiar to me, and it's just really beautiful. It is just lovely. Like silk kind of would smell like silk. It's just, yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. And there's kind of like some kind of undertone to it that is almost like slightly masculine, but it's just the faintest little scent. It's got a lot of depth to it, and it's lovely. And for a floral scent to have that much like depth, I feel like it has a lot of layers, and I absolutely love that. So you could wear it on its own and it kind of just feels like it's one of those scents that makes you feel like you've layered scents, but you haven't. So yeah, I absolutely love it. But it is also beautiful layered with other things as well. It's a really beautiful, versatile fragrance. I'm a big fan of it. I think you'll hear about me wearing it for a long time to come. And then in terms of skincare, the one thing that I've used religiously day, night, every second that I can spray this on my face is the Oskia Adaptive Tan Mist. This is like basically a fake tan mist. It tans your face once you've sprayed it on. We all know I love the Isle of Paradise one. This one I would say gives a slightly more even coverage, and it is slightly quicker to work, which is the main reason that I use it. Otherwise they're very similar in the kind of longevity of them and the colour that they give. I would say this is like an equivalent to the dark Isle of Paradise tanning water, but it is the fact that it starts working so quickly after I've sprayed it on, which is the real bonus for me. I spray it on in the morning, and by the time I start to do my makeup, it's already started to do all of its good work. So I'm a big fan of this. I've got backups of this. I can feel it's getting a lot lighter. And then I've also been loving the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. I kind of use this as a serum. You can mix it with moisturizer. I use this as a serum. You can mix it in with your moisturizer for extra hydration. Either works well. I don't always wear moisturizer, so I do tend to do more of a layering process. But yeah, sometimes I will use this on its own, no moisturizer, and sometimes I will use it with moisturizer. It's very hydrating. It gives a really lovely glow. It is so hydrating that even though I'm not the biggest moisturizer fan, I feel like it could do the job of serum and moisturizer. Like I'm happy to just put this on and then put makeup on over the top, and my makeup lasts really nicely. And for me it's quite nice to have a product like that I don't need to have a moisturizer with, because I feel like there's just less going on my skin, there's less layers of product. The less I can put on my skin, the better. So this I'm a big fan of. I also love how huge the packaging is. I'm looking forward to trying more Drunk Elephant stuff. They launched in Space NK this month, so I will pop links down below. But it's really easy to get your hands on in the UK now, and I'm looking forward to picking up a few more bits. Then we have a mask. I feel like there are other YouTubers that are massive fans of face masks. I don't really generally have the time for them, but I do like a hydrating one if I do get the time, and they're kind of nice because you can pop them on before bed. Like I don't have to just wander around my house with like grey all over my face or anything. And I use this one sometimes in the morning and sometimes in the evening, depending on what my skin needs what it's doing. It's the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask, and it's basically a really hydrating mask, and the thing I really like about it is that I feel like it actually does kind of sink in. It's not just like a hydrating mask for the top layers of your skin if you get dry skin. I feel like this is actually good for really like dehydrated skin, which is generally my issue. And I like the fact that you can leave it on for 10 minutes and like kind of wipe the excess off if you need to, but I just tend to leave it on overnight. I'll put it on kind of 10 minutes before I'm going to bed, and then I'll just kind of leave it to completely sink in. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. There's a few, I think there's another mask. This is sold on Cult Beauty. There's another mask from them on there that I'm really looking forward to trying as well. So I've been really enjoying using that. And then I've also been loving the Clinique Moisture Surge 72-hour auto replenishing hydrator. This is just a really lovely hydrating moisturizer. I'm a big fan of the Clinique Moisture Surge range. Love pretty much everything they do from that range. I really feel like over the past couple of years, Clinique have really, I feel like they've really upped their game, and I love so much of what they do now. Like the whole Take Off the Day range is my jam, and now this has become like a very firm staple in my routine, and I don't really see this changing. This is just the most like, it's really light, it's really gel-like. You do feel like it just really is sinking in, and I really see a difference in like my dehydrated little face when I use it, and I just feel like it keeps my face hydrated all day. My makeup sits better on it, just everything, every good thing that I could want a moisturizer to do when I do use a moisturizer, like this does. I love it. And a lot of their stuff like this and their Take the Day Off range is like fragrance free and stuff like that as well, so I find my skin is a little bit sensitive and it responds really well to it, and I don't feel like I get clogged skin or anything like that. I'm just very happy using this. And then we are going to move on to style favorites very quickly, because I need to get this video done. I am so hungry and in need of a coffee. It's unreal. If you've watched the other video, you'll know there's nothing in my house because I just came back from Disneyland. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on very quickly. Favorite boots. I feel like these might have been in my last favorites, but I don't care, because I literally have worn these so ridiculously regularly. Snake print is a deceptively versatile print because it is so kind of neutral in its tone. The colours that we use for it are just very versatile. They tend to, I've got fluff on my nose, they tend to work with so many items in your wardrobe, and as someone that has a very kind of mostly neutral wardrobe, I do think they add the perfect amount of texture, because you do often get like a kind of scaly effect on it as well. So you get texture and you get a very light print, I would say. It's just a wonderful thing. I would actually say snake, we can change this to snake print in general. Just love it. These boots in particular from Topshop are my favorite. They have a zip up the back, so they fit really nicely around your ankle but are incredibly comfy, easy to get into. The heel height is perfect, and they just are so very comfortable and work so well with everything in my wardrobe. Like I said, because it is a very neutral wardrobe, they just upgrade it. They really do. I'm a big fan. I feel like I need to shout about the fact that I'm a big fan again for the second month in a row, and I will not talk about them next month, I promise. In addition to that, I have really been enjoying Missguided this month for a lot of their basics. Much like Pretty Little Thing, I love their basics. I really like the Missguided stuff. It has a little bit of, it's like a level up in terms of it's not as basic. So I got this sweater from them and I'm really loving it. This is the back, so it has this kind of like basketball court type vintage Instagram shot on it. It looks like it was shot on Fuji, and it says Bad Influence at the bottom, and then it's got a Hotline Girl. And I really like the fonts on it. I like the colorways. I love the fact that the front is just very plain. It's just a really nice oversized sweater. I think I got a medium, yeah. So I just love wearing it. I'll put a cutaway or a pic or something. Yeah, I think you guys will have seen me wear it earlier this month. I wore it when I went up to London for an event, and I just really like it. I love my sweaters. Like, they are the one thing that I just feel like I found my comfy place this year in terms of comfortable clothing, and I've never been happier. So yeah, I've been loving that jumper. Just Missguided stuff in general I do really like. I love their Halloween collection this year. I will actually pop a photo on screen of their Halloween top that I wore to Disney. I really loved it. It said Ride or Die on it. It was so cool. I did cut it up a little bit, so I cut the collar neckline thing off, and I cut along the bottom as well because it was so long it came down to my knees, and so I just literally cut along the bottom. It was very jagged, but it works perfectly because it's a Halloween themed top, and I just know that that t-shirt is so cool. I will just wear it around the house for years and years and years to come. It's just awesome. And then in terms of jewelry, I've been loving this ring from Olivia Burton this month. This one here, it's silver and gold, and it just works so perfectly because I wear a lot of gold, but it's nice to have that mixed metal thrown in. I've also got this ring that I wear. I get asked a lot of questions about this. My nan gave this to me when I was a kid. She used to, every time I go around her house, kind of every couple of months, she would let me try. She had a jewelry box of jewelry that she was keeping for me, and every time I go around, I'd try the jewelry on and see if I was big enough to wear it. And once I was big enough to wear it, she'd then give me that piece of jewelry. So throughout my childhood, I've like collected things, and this ring was one of the final pieces, and my hands have not grown since I was about 10. So yeah, actually I think this used to fit on my middle finger, but it now fits on my ring finger, and I just love it. I love wearing it all the time. I feel like that old kind of 90s 80s style has definitely started to kind of come back, and so I just always keep it because I thought one day I might want to wear it again, and yeah, I love it. And then I've also got my new Disney Mickey Mouse ring on this hand, which I love. It's just Mickey's like hat. So yeah, I've been loving those pieces of jewelry. I'll link them where I can. I got this in Disneyland Paris, but I'm sure they sell it on the Disney store or something like that. And then in terms of necklaces, I've been wearing my Misoma coin necklace a lot, and then I've got a new addition to my collection, which is this necklace. This is one of Este's pieces with Daisy London, and it's just beautiful. It's the shield necklace. It shines so beautifully, and it has this like, it really like makes a lovely jingly sound. Like it makes a lot of noise, and I love it. It just is like the perfect jingly sound, and I love the chain. It just feels really thick. The quality feels really beautiful. Love that a lot, and I've obviously been wearing this one. I wear this all the time. This is from Chloe. So yeah, those are my jewelry favorites. I will link those where I can. I think Este's necklaces may have sold out, but they should, hopefully by the time you see this video, hopefully they'll be back in stock, so I will link to them below. And other than that, my final favorite is this guy. So obviously I've just come back from Disney, and I picked up a friend. I literally love him so much. I'm the world's biggest kid. So yeah, that is my final October favourite. I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing about my favourites, and you've enjoyed watching Vlogtober. The final Vlogtober is going up tomorrow. Be there. That's it. It's the end tomorrow. Final one. I'm gonna go now. I love you a lot, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.